Hi guys, and welcome to my little thank you show, as I'm going to call it. So you can see there's four images on the screen other than my own, and these are the four people that helped me get going. And I can't thank these four enough. There's so many more, but to start with, when I first started, these four were amazing support for myself. And the phone goes off there. And these four were amazing. Just a general communication, like constant pickups. When you're feeling low, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people are aware now. Well, I'm not sure a lot of people, but I do suffer with something which is probably going to be with me for the rest of my life, which is depression and anxiety. Now, obviously, I was diagnosed with severe of both because I was in a very low place, and to this day, I am slowly recovering. I'm slowly coming back, but there's days where I don't feel like moving or even doing the simplest socialising, and it's so difficult. But these four in particular have always kept me going. Whether it's the constant banter in the YouTube helping hands, whether it's just the constant banter on the streams, all sorts, like the to and fro. I can't thank them enough. Like, I could start with any one of these four and I could be here for hours. So I'm going to try and keep it quick. Like, for example, I met Kylex. I've known Kylex in person for, I think, near enough, probably about 10 years at this point. And without him, I wouldn't be sat here. Would not be doing this, because he's the one who gave me the first push to go out, get the stuff I needed. And I'm sure these guys have said it, you don't need much to get started. Whatever you can get hold of, great. And then as you go along, the more you keep doing it, you'll keep, upgrading or whatever. Because my first videos, I never had a camera. I never had one. I also had a poor microphone, I'm going to call it. It's like the ones that you see in the old-fashioned telesales. It was like this little long white stick, and it was anyway. That's what I had to begin with, and then obviously I started, once I got the feel of it, thanks to Kylexfm letting me be part of his streams, I got going. I got into it, I'd say, a lot more than what I've always wanted to do it. I've always wanted to do it. Like I say, numbers don't mean anything to me. I'd do this till I'm 70. So I'm not really interested in that. My interest was always to make people laugh. Because when you've been in situations like I have, sometimes you struggle to find something to make you smile. Yes, you have your loved ones and stuff, but sometimes you just want something different to take your mind off stuff, and that's what video games and doing this has helped me. Whereas there's times where, like, I'm married, I've got a little son, and they're perfect. I couldn't ask for any more. But sometimes I felt like I just needed a different kind of push, and I found it in doing this. So I see. Do you know what? I should really put rant mode, because I do it. I just don't know what it is. When I start talking, I can't stop, and I don't know whether that's something my anxiety or whatever. But hey-ho. So again, going back to Kylex, if it wasn't for him giving me the nudge, let me be part of his streams. I remember the first stream I actually was on with him was Escape the Labyrinth, and the people watching his stream were laughing at me because I flew backwards crying because the Minotaur had scared me. Spoilers. And since that day, I was laughing. I could see the messages that they wanted me to get back in the stream because they enjoyed seeing me getting scared. Now, I'm not being funny. I am no brave person. He is like a brick, whereas I'm like a sponge. So no, he doesn't show emotions. Whereas I've got bags of it. No disrespect, Kylexfm, someone joking with you there. No, he's a top guy. He's always been like dead supportive. Like, whenever I've had an issue, I've always phoned him and spoke to him. He's always got back to me. He's always tried to give me advice. Like when I've learnt something, he showed me, or we showed each other, and then obviously when we've learnt off other people, which is where I'm going now, which is Mr. Redeventgames. Mr. Redeventgames, you are an inspiration to me with regards to dealing with your issues as much as mine. And when you see someone like him constantly giving out content, constantly pushing himself, constantly, it gives you a push, it gives you the necessary thing to keep going. Like, to me, in hindsight, because he suffers with similar to me, I've clicked with him more than I thought I was going to. Like, the amount of work this guy does to help anyone, like, he is such a busy person, and I mean a busy person, but he makes time, he tries to make time for anyone. He's constantly in the community, he's constantly retweeting, posting, advertising for everyone else, because there's this thing that Kylexfm and Redevents said when I first started, was hashtag we grow together, and I believe in that. I so do. I believe that every person can grow together, because we're all in the same boat. You know, he's got the experience, he's got more experience than I have, and that's why when I've had a problem, I do try and go through them. But again, because of my anxiety and depression, sometimes I struggle to contact. Sometimes I feel like I'm a burden, or I feel like I'm struggling to just even get words to come out, and that's where Mr. Redeventgames has helped me. He's just so supportive. Like when I first jumped on his Football Manager stream, and I barely spoke to him for maybe 5 minutes, and I obviously told him I'd suffered with this and that, and he was dead supportive there. And then he just kept ripping into me, calling me a big girl's blouse, or whatever. He used to he was the first person to rip into me about me getting scared other than Kylex. He was like straight, but it was straight on me back, but it was all in banter, because he knows, as much as I insult him and he insults me, he knows it's nothing malicious, it's mutual respect. Because I say, literally, if I was wearing a hat, I'd take my hat off to him to do what he's doing. It always pushes me to keep going, always pushes me to try new things, try and push this, try that. And if anyone honestly needs advice about getting started, talk to Redeventgames. He knows his stuff. He knows what you need to start, and how, he's a bundle of knowledge. But there's not just him, there's other people. And then my personal little friend Darknight, and I absolutely love this guy. No matter what mood I'm in, he will always come in, he'll always cheer you up. He's just, I don't know what happened, how he started to insult me with Red. I just don't get it. But I wouldn't change the insults that I've had off him, because it's so funny. It's some of the comments that we get from each other is just brilliant. And if other people looking at it like, oh my god, what's going on there? But because he knows, as Red knows, I can take a lot of banter. As much as sometimes I'm wrong. Well, sometimes I'm wrong. I'm always wrong. Sorry, I'm just getting a bit thirsty. And he was a big help for me when I first started. He was always in my stream. He was always giving me positive feedback. He was always just giving me general confidence boosting, and that's something what a lot of people don't seem to get. And I've learnt this the hard way, and I know when I'm going to say this, Red, Darknightstudio, and Kylex are all going to sit there with a smirk on their face. If you want help, you've got to go out, you've got to get it, you've got to ask. You can't sit there and expect everything. And the only way you can do it is by asking, and it took me so long to start communicate. Like, these guys that will agree with me, I was in Discord with them, and then I'd disappear. And then I'd pop back in, and then I'd disappear. I'm more active than what I'd say I was, but I still could be more active. But again, it's all down to my job, me son. Sometimes you have to put things aside. Like, with dealing with the anxiety issue, dealing with the depression, sometimes it does prevent you from contacting. And the push these guys give you is phenomenal. You can't ask for it. Honestly, if if they were sat with me now, I'd be buying them around each. But obviously, you know, that's not feasible yet. I'm never saying never, because there could be a time that we could meet up and have a drink. And probably knowing us, look, Red would probably drink the floor with us. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. I'm not saying you're an alcoholic, Red. I'm just saying, you know, you are a Scouser. Scousers can drink. And then, you know, I just want to say thank you to Red, thank you to Kylexfm, and thank you to Dark for being that support. And then the guy above Dark Knight, Mr. Mad Scientist himself, I got introduced with Mad Scientist via Kylexfm again from his Football Manager streams, because he does his editing, and the editing work that he'd done at the time, I was just blown away. It's like he went out his way to insert the correct ages or everything you can think of, pictures, you know, positionings, heights, weights. It's brilliant, and the amount of work he put into that, he deserved a lot of praise, because it was brilliant. And I'm not like a die-hard Football Manager fan like Red, Mad, and Kylexfm are. I'm not, but I enjoy watching it, and the fact that he put so much effort into the databases it's brilliant. Like, he did the database for Kylexfm, as I said before, and I was blown away, because I was like, whoa. I knew you could do stuff like that, I knew you could edit and stuff, but the amount of detail this guy went into, he deserves a lot of credit. Now, he's obviously, you know, got a lot of, you know, work ahead of him with the release of FM19, but again, he still retweets stuff. He's still. I know for a fact, if I picked one of these four to go and have like a conversation with, saying like I was feeling a bit down and depressed, I know within a heartbeat, one of them will reply, without question. If not all of them. Like, you know, there's people in the Discord group that suffer with similar things to me, and obviously Red. And for me, I can tell people what's working for me, and then they can tell me what's working for them. But then that's also part of networking, where just because I'm not a typical gamer, I'm not your normal kettle of fish, is whatever you want to call it. I am loopy, and these guys know I'm loopy, and they know I'm crazy. But when I get down and depressed and low, I cut all ties with everyone, and I don't know why I do it. And it's one thing I need to stop. I need to personally myself. My goal is to be a lot more confident about talking about it rather than shielding off. But again, it's thanks to these. I would need about 15 screens to thank everyone. But the initial stage of me starting was down to these four, and like the constant pushes they give me, the constant compliments, the constant just communication, just the general like checking in. Like, they know, they're all aware that I suffer with it, bad style, and they all know that I'm trying to push myself, and with people like these people like them, they're brilliant for it, and I can't thank them enough. So if you got to this end of the video, I'm proud of you for listening through me rant mode, but just give these guys a bit of love for me, because these guys deserve it. These guys deserve. I would literally, like I said before, buy him pints and stuff, but I'd never be able to thank him for helping me deal with something as severe as this. You know, going through dark times, dark roads, when you start thinking about, you know, dark things, and then all it takes is that one person just to speak to you, and it's gone. So I advise anyone that if they're struggling like I am, or, you know, struggling to deal with it, struggling to communicate with it, I'd highly advise him just to go and speak to. If you're interested, if you want to, again, you've got to be at the place where you're confident enough to say it once, because once you've said it once, it gets easier and easier to tell, and then you start to deal with it, and you're on a recovery when you start admitting. Now, I'm not saying like people should go and tell every Tom, Peter, Frank, or whatever. I'm on about people who you can speak to, you know, generally care. So if you're a gamer, I'd highly recommend joining the Discord of YouTube Helping Hands. I will put the link in the description below. I'll put links to these guys' channels because, end of the day, they deserve the love. You know, like I said, without these, I wouldn't be doing the content. So again, I'd like to take 15-20 minutes just out of my time just to thank them, because the amount of support they give me would be hours, days, weeks. You know, so I just want to say thank you. Obviously, so my upcoming things are, I'm currently doing the Sonic Adventure, and then I'll be doing other bits and bobs, and hopefully, if I can get the sleep patterns back to normal, I'm currently uploading a video a day, so always tune back in to see it, and make sure that you leave me some feedback. That's all I ask. If you like the video, like it. If you don't. I'm not bothered. I just like the feedback to try and improve this channel, because I've got a lot of ideas in mind. I have got quite a lot, but I'm at the stage where any feedback is feedback. Whether it's your green screen's not as good. Yes, I have a green screen now. If it's your audio's a bit low, or like anything, let me know. If it's something like when I'm doing Twitch, like I do Twitch, that'll be in the link below as well. That'll be what? So it'll be in the link below, and I do any games. Like, I am a variety gamer, as my logo says up there. But again, it's all down to, I am open to suggestions. Like, for example, my followers on Twitch asked me to do Five Nights at Freddy's, and I did. We've done up to night 6 on the first one, and we're on night 4 at the moment. And obviously I stream on a Monday and I stream on a Thursday. Now, because of my work patterns lately, it's kind of difficult for me to stream, because I usually do an early Monday. I'm now doing a late Monday. So you just have to, as soon as I go live, I'll put a tweet out. But I'm trying to stick to them 2 days, and then having a bonus day. And in between all that, you'll still get a daily video off me on my YouTube channel. So I am trying to provide as much content, because in the next couple of months, I'm going to be really busy with work. It's in the next couple of months, within the next month until like the 7th or 8th of January, it's going to be very difficult for me to try and balance, because it's the busiest time of the year for my current job at KFC, and as you know, it's going to be hectic. But in the meantime, I'm going to try and promote. I'm going to try and do what I can, try and keep pushing myself. But like I said, I just want to take this video just to thank these 4. I had to get my bearings. These 4 people, just to help me get going. Now, let's say, like, there's so many more, and this will not be the only thank you video I ever do, or rant videos. I haven't even decided yet. But again, I just want to say thank you. So I guess I've said thank you so many times. I need to stop it. I'm just so like blown away by the support I've got. But in the meantime, I've got some videos to get going, and hopefully you like the content that's going off. So thank you very much for watching. Please give these guys some love. That way, I can't get my bearings. Give these guys some love, and I shall see you all very soon. So until then, take care, and thank you so much for watching.